Hola, ¿qué tal chicos? No sé si es que tal vez se me escucha ahí. Hola, ¿qué tal chicos? No sé si es que se me escucha ahí. Bueno, estaba probando para live stream. Bueno, buenos días a todos. No sé si es que sí se me escucha. Porque bueno, ya mismo va a comenzar el live stream. Aunque es bastante temprano igual ahorita. No sé qué hora sea en sus países, pero bueno, en mi país, Ecuador, sí está bastante temprano todavía. Bueno, ya estamos a un minuto igual de que comience. Así que bueno, creo que voy a recargar por si acaso. Ya vaya a haber comenzado. No, aún no comienza, pero bueno, ya estamos bastante cerca de que comience. Y bueno, finalmente tendremos el anuncio de los banners para la versión 3.2. También, bueno, ya se había filtrado, no sé si es que ya lo vieron en Twitter, al menos ya se filtró el orden de los banners. Ya se sabe que la ARCONTE DENDRO vendrá con Yoimiya en la primera mitad, Tartaglia ya en la segunda mitad, Layla también para la segunda mitad. Así que bueno, en sí se está cumpliendo todo lo que se había dicho anteriormente, de que Layla iba a estar en la segunda mitad. Y bueno, ya mismo comienza. Y además de eso también se dice que ya sí va a ser la presentación de Cabbage en esta versión. Y por último también ojalá revelen algún tráiler del anime de Genshin Impact. Y bueno, ahorita ya son las 7, así que ya debería haber comenzado. Y yo creo que ya comenzó, o bueno, no sé. Se supone que ya está en vivo, pero aún no se reproduce. Voy a volverlo a cargar. Y
Special
listo,
program,
ya lo
and I
tenemos
can't wait to
finalmente.
explore the upcoming content with all of you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Alejandro Saab, and I'm the voice of Sino. Hopefully everyone's gotten to know Sino a little better during this version, and we've still got plenty of Sino coming our way.
Version 3.2 has in store for us. So let's jump right in and start with our new version trailer.
Let's do it!
Y vamos a ver, primero vamos a comenzar con el tráiler.
Imagine this. We have orchestrated our plan
Mira que
and
está en el
successfully
Haitama.
rescued Lesser Lord Kusanal.
También aparece Deja,
benefits him as well as us.
Dottore. Tenemos a Najida.
Amazing.
So this is how it feels to walk out of that cage with my own
Ay,
body.
tenemos regida la presentación del Arconte Dendro. Aunque bueno, se está trabando un poco, así que voy a ver si tal vez podemos pausarle un rato para que se cargue un poco. Y bueno, y si sigámoslo viendo.
This seemed to be the time to indulge in this feeling.
Vemos a Layla también.
Not now.
Ay, el diseño de Layla también está bastante
Shine
guapo.
for me.
Y su ulti también se parece bastante a la de Genshin, solo que es de 4 estrellas. ¿Qué tipo está? Si tendrá que es este.
Luckily, there is still some time left for me to take care of everything before I leave.
So,
Ay, Escaramucho, y
you think
finalmente
this
lo
is
vemos.
over?
Tenemos a Kisnari también. Najida está llorando.
That's the secret hidden by Ermin's soul concerning the truth of this world.
The balladeer has already...
Ay, miren, ahí
Already
tenemos a
become a
Escaramucho. Otra vez.
No wonder your own people have abandoned you, God of wisdom.
Y tenemos al Escaramucho voz finalmente en vivo y en directo, de manera oficial. Ay, se ve guapísimo, de verdad,
At
sí,
my
está
command,
guapísimo.
you shall fall. My endless cycle.
¿Qué tal, Federico? No, sí estás a tiempo todavía. Recién acaba de comenzar. Es primeramente el tráiler de la presentación.
Nilu, are you sure about
Ahí
this?
tenemos a Nilo
You're
también.
taking such a great risk for them.
I must admit that I'm a little scared. But I'll try my best for Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Ay, tenemos a Deja. Qué
Hyphen's
guapísimo que
plan
tiene
is
su
even more
diseño también.
radical than I imagined.
Así no.
Let's show them we Eremites are not to be messed with.
Wizar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru. Betrayed
Uf,
its
la lucha
Archon.
también contra el Escaramucho voz va a ser épica. Y es inmenso, o sea, de verdad, no sé si han visto los gameplays, va a ser inmenso. Va a ser complicado, pero atacarlos con personajes que sean de poco rango o de cuerpo a cuerpo. No, imagínense la comparación de tamaño, o sea, es increíble, o sea, el Escaramucho sí está inmenso. Y listo, tenemos la imagen de presentación también. Y tenemos el primer código de protogemas, así que bueno, si es que lo pueden ir viendo ahí. Yo también voy a tratar de anotarlo. Tres. Ya. Este creo que es el primero de los códigos para que ya lo vayan canjeando. Recuerden que tienen que canjearlo bastante pronto, ya que en sí, como nos dice aquí, estará disponible hasta el 24 de octubre. Dicen que está mal.
So, we've got a lot to unpack from that trailer.
Yeah. After experiencing the Sub-Zerus Festival, Samsara, and surviving our journey through the desert, we'll finally get to the riveting end of the Sumeru Archon Quest in version 3.2.
Bueno, y nos
Picking
dice
up
que
right where we
tendremos
left
una
off, the
nueva
Traveler
misión
is
de
teaming up
Arconte.
with some amazing characters to face the Academia and rescue Sumeru's Archon. But I'm sure the first thing everyone's wondering is how we're going to save the Dendro Archon.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Nahida's been locked up by the
Bueno, si es
doctor
que me
inside
lo
the
pueden ayudar
sanctuary of
escribiendo el código, por
Surastana.
favor.
It's not like we
Justamente
can
ya
just go
lo he
walking in
escrito mal
there.
en una parte.
And on top of that, we're dealing with two of
Si
the
no,
Fatui
igualmente
Harbingers
ya
now.
cuando termine el live
He's
stream
got the
también ya
Balladeer
actualizaré
in
los
his super
códigos en la
powerful
pestaña de
looking boss
comunidad.
form, as well as the Doctor, who seems to be a real tricky one to predict. I'm not gonna lie, the Traveler really has his hands full with this one.
Yeah, definitely a tricky situation.
Totally. And besides these two Harbingers, we can be sure the Grand Sage will also be on his guard. But hey, with the help of two insiders like Sino and Alhaitham, we might just have a
nos
way
dice que
into the
lucharemos
academia.
contra dos de los
Well, as the
Hardingers, que
general
tendremos
Maha
ayuda de
Mantra,
Sina y de
Sino also
Al-Haitam.
has his own agenda. After being tracked and predicted by the academia for all these years, this might just be his chance to settle the score.
And if we're hoping to truly save Sumeru, we'll definitely need the power of the Dendro Archon to help us.
Ahí
Yeah,
listo,
I
y
can't
nos
wait to
también
see
nos
how
dice que para
everyone's
esta
hard
nueva
work and
historia
coordination plays
necesitaremos el
out.
poder
And
del
I don't know about
Arconte
you
Dendro.
guys, but besides saving Nahida, I'm also curious how we're going to save Irminsul. Plus, we still don't know the meaning behind the words that Greater Lord Rukkhadevata left us. World, forget me.
Well, travelers will be able to personally unravel the answers to all these questions in their own journeys through version 3.2.
You know, I'm actually kind
Cuando
of
están
curious what
solamente
the future
hablando,
for
yo quisiera que
Sumeru will be
presentaran
once
los
they get
bandos.
through all of this and, well, you know, what will happen to the crew we've been working with along the way?
Yeah, same. I just hope things will work out for everyone affected by Elazar, like Dunyarzad and Kale. Oh, and we can't forget the desert dwellers who have been mistreated all these years. There's a lot that needs to change for them, too.
Right.
Y
So
sí,
be
sí,
sure
es
not
verdad.
to miss
O
chapter
sea, la
5
voz
of the
del
Archon quest.
el
Akasha
personaje de Sino
pulses,
sí
the
se
cult
parece
of
bastante
flame
a Ito
rises.
también.
It'll be quite the
No sé si
ride,
será
and
la
I hope
misma, la
everyone
verdad.
will enjoy
Pero
it.
sí se parece
Yeah,
bastante.
and of course, the end of this quest won't be the end of everyone's journey in Sumeru. There are still many puzzles and mysteries waiting to be
Bueno,
solved.
también nos dice que
Whether
tendremos
it's Lesser
nuevos
Lord
puzzles.
Kusanali, the Doctor, or the Balladeer, I think there still might be lots of unexpected things waiting to be uncovered.
Yes, it's gonna be awesome.
Okay, so now that we've talked about some of the storyline, maybe we can talk about that massive mechanical-looking puppet we've seen. That's the god that the Academia has been creating.
That's right, and now that you mentioned it,
Bueno, y si
let's
van a
talk
presentar algo
about
más.
the
El
Balladeer boss battle.
escaramucho.
Whew, this boss looks tough. The Doctor must have put a lot of his energy into this.
Yeah, the Balladeer has lots of strong and awesome looking abilities, so why don't we start by checking out some gameplay from the new boss battle?
Nos van a mostrar un
Sounds
gameplay
good.
del jefe, así que vamos a verlo. Y bueno, este soundtrack igual ya se había filtrado. Este video también ya se lo había filtrado. Igual está súper épico. Ataques también Crío, Electro. Y cuando ya se arme por completo va a estar inmenso, de verdad. No solo les digo, tal vez va a ser complicado atacarlo con personajes a melee. Va a tocar atacarlo a distancia. Es que la diferencia de tamaño es increíble igual. Va a ser una locura este nuevo jefe.
Wow, just look at the size of it. Pretty
Y sí,
sure this boss
justamente
is going to
dicen,
push
imagínense en
travelers
el
to the
tamaño de
limit.
este jefe.
Yeah, no
Solo hay
kidding.
que ver.
I mean, that thing is huge. And come to think of it, this is like the third Fatui Harbinger boss battle we've had. They really keep stepping up the art and design every time.
Bueno, es
So
el tercer
awesome.
Fatui que
So
tenemos que
cool.
enfrentarnos en
This
su modo de
is an
jefe.
ultra powerful puppet we're going up against here. So we're talking huge attacks and epic moves. Let's break it down a bit. In the first phase of the battle, the Balladeer will use his massive arms to attack everyone. The arms are capable of utilizing different elemental powers,
Bueno, y
and there
nos
are
dice que en la
several
primera
types of
fase nos van a
abilities,
atacar solamente
including
con sus
attacks that
brazos
create
utilizando
fields of
diferentes
burning or
elementos.
freezing effects on the ground.
Congelando
you know
o
what?
utilizando
This
fuego.
fight kind of reminds me of when we fight Ruin Guards. I think we'll have to come up with a way to paralyze it.
Right! And you might have noticed there are some arcane formations on the ground, so activating those might trigger some interesting effects.
And I bet a lot of people are wondering what that thing is floating next to us. Not gonna lie, he's kind of cute. Oh, maybe it's a Paimon reskin.
Sorry, but no. Not only is it super cute, but it's also super powerful. Travelers will need to charge energy for this little helper and use its
Bueno,
special
también nos
skill to
dice
counter the boss in
justamente
battle.
este
helper in a
pequeño
boss fight.
animalito que está hablando al lado
Yeah,
de
that's
nosotros.
definitely
Hicieron
not
un
Paimon.
pequeño chiste sobre que capaz era una nueva skin para
Once the
Paimon.
Balladeer has
Pero nos
transformed
dicen
into
que
this
será
massive
una
form,
ayuda mientras
our
luchamos
usual
contra el
attacks
jefe,
won't
que
deal
tendremos
any
que ir
tangible
recargándolo
damage to him.
para que lo vaya
So,
atacando
the only
y
thing
que es
capable
bastante
of breaking
poderoso.
through his defenses
Así que
will
bueno,
be
eso
our little
también
helper
sería
that we
una
just
gran ayuda
mentioned.
porque como les digo,
There
atacarlo
will
a
even
melee
be some
sería
moments in the fight where
complicado.
travelers will need to
Entonces yo
use an
supongo que
aiming
con
mode to
este
attack the
compañero
boss's
nuevo
weak
pues
points.
podremos ir atacando
Who'd
bastante
have guessed
bien.
that little thing would be
Y ahí
so
podemos
important
ver
against a
cómo nos va a
boss
ir
the
ayudando
size
con
of the
algunos otros
Balladeer.
ataques.
I know, right? They also used some amazing special effects for all of the Balladier's moves. Speaking of which, the cosmic appearance, the spacey special effects of his skills really kind
Sí,
of
los
remind me
efectos
of the
igual
Raiden
están
Shogun
brutales, o
skills.
sea, de verdad creo que es
You're
el
right.
mejor boss hasta ahorita.
And seriously,
Por
I
los efectos
can't
y por
wait
todos
to
los
check
ataques
out
que
this new
tendrá.
boss fight. I'm so hyped.
Yeah.
So now that we've covered the new boss battle, I
Y
think it's
listo, ahora
time to
pasamos
introduce
con
the first of our
Nahida,
new
la
playable
Arconte
characters
Dendro,
coming in version
la nueva
3.2.
personaje jugable.
Let's welcome Lesser Lord Kusanali, aka Nahida. Yay!
Hey, finally!
After everything we've experienced in the story so far, I think Nahida's already like a good friend to us. It's seriously so crazy what we've been through.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear you say that, Zach. Okay, so throughout our journey, maybe everyone's already noticed some of the unique, yeah, let's call it that, unique metaphors that Nahida likes to use. And yeah, they can be pretty out there. Or sometimes she'll use really childlike language to describe some deep or profound idea. But the truth is, she has yet to set foot in the outside world since she was born. To her, all the knowledge that she has in her mind is like pieces of scenery that she's never seen with her own eyes.
Totally. It's really hard to imagine that the god of wisdom had been locked up for 500 years. Just makes me upset just thinking about it.
But I'm sure everything will work out sooner or later.
If travelers would like
bueno,
to spend
también
more
nos dice
time
que
with Nahida,
tendremos una
then
nueva
be sure
misión
to
de
check out
historia,
Nahida's story quest,
que es
Sapientia
de
or
Nahida,
Moss Days
obviamente.
chapter. The quest will be available upon completing the Sumeru Archon quest. So be sure to
Y
check
la
out the quest
tendremos
to learn more.
disponible después de
It's nice
completar
that
la
we'll get to
misión de
spend more
Arconte.
time with her. But I want to see Nahida in battle. What you got for us, Kimberly?
Ay, listo, nos van a mostrar un
Oh,
gameplay de
I've got
Nahida.
lots to share. But before we get to that, let's have a quick peek at Nahida in action.
What they say is true.
Ya bueno, aquí se viene el video
Have
de
to see the
presentación
world
de
for
Nahida.
yourself to appreciate how
El diseño
beautiful
está
it
bastante
is.
bonito, la verdad, me gusta bastante. No es mi favorito dentro de los arcontes, pero está muy bonito también. Es bastante curioso. Y bueno, es justamente como las filtraciones, obviamente.
Temple of Wisdom.
Y su ulti también, o sea, la animación de la ulti también me gusta bastante. Ya vemos como marca también a los enemigos.
Wow.
She's so cute!
Look
Sí,
at her.
es muy
I
tierna, es
love
muy tierna.
her!
Aw, little Nahida is so cute. I love how she hops around when she's fighting. Oh, and her swing too. So, what's that skill that looks like she's using a viewfinder or something?
Y nos van a hablar de
That
las
seems pretty
habilidades
different.
que tendrá.
Okay, so let's start with her viewfinder-ish kind of skill, which is actually her elemental skill. As a
Su
catalyst
habilidad
user,
elemental.
Nahida's combat style is pretty unique. You may cast her elemental skill by tapping the skill button, or you may hold the button to enter an aiming mode. Opponents who are selected while aiming will be
Bueno, y
linked by
seleccionará a
Nahida's
los
special mark.
enemigos y
After
tendrá
you
una
trigger
marca
elemental
especial.
reactions on opponents who are linked, and when they take damage from Dendro cores, Nahida will unleash Tri-Karma Purification, dealing Dendro damage.
Whoa,
Tendrán
this
el
is
efecto
so
de
cool.
karma, que bueno,
Yeah,
pues
I
es
love
en
how it's
sí
like
igual que en las
connecting the
filtraciones
enemies
que
together.
habíamos visto.
Outside of combat, Nahida can use her elemental skill and enter the aiming mode we just mentioned to interact with certain
Hasta las
harvestable
animaciones
items,
están bastante
allowing
tiernas, me
her to
encanta
collect items
Nahida.
directly to the inventory from a distance.
Whoa, wait.
Y bueno, ahí
Being
también
able to
vemos
harvest
cómo
materials
interactúa.
like that is
Imagínense
gonna be
que
so
podemos
cool.
recoger,
That'll really save us some time.
por ejemplo,
Yeah,
ahí esa flor la
this skill
recogió
may
Nahida
also have some
solamente
additional
utilizando su habilidad
uses,
elemental.
so travelers will have to
O
give
sea, hay
it a try
muchos usos que le
themselves and
podemos
see.
dar a la habilidad elemental.
Ooh, okay.
Nahida's elemental burst is where things get really interesting. Upon unleashing
Y
her
tenemos
burst,
la habilidad
Nahida
definitiva
manifests the Court of Dreams, expanding a special field.
That's pretty amazing. The effect really does look like
Bueno, dice
some
que
royal
expande
court
un
or
campo especial.
palace.
Yeah, different effects will be produced based on whether there are pyro, electro,
Y
and
además
hydro
de eso nos
characters in the
dice que
party.
los
While
efectos de
Nahida is
esto
within the special
dependerá
field,
del
a
clima
pyro member
y
in the
de, por
party will
ejemplo, si
increase
es que
the damage
tenemos
of Tri-Karma
daño
Purification.
piro
An
o
electro
daño
party
frío,
member will
daño
decrease
electro.
the intervals at which Tri-Karma Purification is triggered, and a hydro party member will cause the duration of the field to be increased. If there are at least 2 party members of the elemental types I just mentioned, then the effects will be increased further.
Whoa, this is blowing my mind right now. We'll really have to focus on which effects we want to achieve and put some thought into our team's
La ulti
composition.
igual está
Right?
hermosa. O sea, el diseño de la
A
ulti igual
key
está
thing to
hermosísimo.
remember is that these effects can be triggered while Nahida is not on the battlefield, as long as
Y
the
también
active
nos
character
dice
remains
que
in a
estos
special
efectos
field
estarán
radius.
disponibles aunque Nahida no esté en el
Nice.
campo.
Also, in addition to Nahida, we have one other character joining
Y
us in version
tenemos la
3.2.
presentación de la segunda
That's
personaje
right.
nueva, que es Layla.
She's a very peculiar academia student.
Es
Her
una
name is
estudiante de la
Layla.
academia,
Most
bastante
days,
peculiar.
she looks super tired and anxious, which seems to be a direct result of her relentless struggle with her studies.
Yeah, and not only is she frail and anxious looking, but she also studies astrology. So
También
it's no
estudia
wonder people
astrología.
around her might consider her a little strange and mysterious. And even though she's always groaning about her studies, most of Layla's research work is actually fine overall. It's just her lack of confidence that's really holding her back. And that's when
Y
her
bueno, muchas gracias igual Isaac por pasar el código, ahí lo tienen para
her
los que no
ability
pudieron
is
obtenerlo porque ya salió el primero de los códigos.
Sleepwalking.
Yeah. While she is sleeping, Layla unleashes her true self, allowing her to regain the confidence she needs and activate the talents and strengths she's had all along. As soon as she starts sleepwalking, her unfinished papers no longer seem like the monumental tasks they were, and she completes them in no time.
This is definitely something only Layla can do. Our viewers shouldn't try to do this with their own homework. But does Layla have any idea what happens when she's sleepwalking? I mean, does she know that she has this ability?
She seems to be aware of it. The
Y
papers are
bueno,
obviously
pues ahora
full of
ahorita ya
handwriting
nos van a
after
mostrar
all.
un gameplay y ahí
But
nos
there
van a
have been
describir un
some
poco más sus
weird
habilidades
instances.
para ver qué mismo
For
va a hacer.
example, once during crunch time while researching, she sleepwalked and climbed the wall of Sawmill, and then randomly bumped into Candace. Such weird occurrences have made her start to wonder what's really going on.
And aside from her sleepwalking, just like any other student, Layla has many typical things that she hopes to achieve, as well as some regrets. She wants to be able to make friends and go out and have fun. But it seems like she'll never be able to do any of that until she graduates.
Pero bueno, yo igual ya creo que salgan los
And
banners.
actually, I'm guessing that she uses her sleepwalking abilities in combat too, right?
You bet. Let's have a look at Layla in combat.
Sweet.
Y listo, nos van a
Even
mostrar
when
en
we're
combate.
not looking up at the
Uf, el
stars,
diseño de Layla
really
está guapísimo igual.
watch universe.
Últimamente los diseños de 4 estrellas están guapísimos. Al menos el de Candace igual me encantó. El de Layla igual está brutal.
My guiding stars. Stars, shine for me.
Y justamente tenemos esta especie de ulti que es bastante similar a la de Genshin.
It almost looks like she's sleeping while being protected by the shield.
This shield not only protects Layla,
Ahí
but
está.
also creates night stars while it
El
is active.
escudo.
When a character protected by the shield uses an elemental skill, more night stars will be created. Once 4 night stars have been accumulated, they will transform into homing shooting stars, dealing damage to any opponent's hit.
Ooh.
Ah, night stars.
Bueno, en sí nos dice
I love how her
que
skills have
este
a
escudo
starry
generará
theme. It ties
estrellas
into her
y
studies.
según el personaje que
Yeah,
esté
throughout
utilizando
the
este
skill's
escudo utilice su habilidad
duration, each
elemental
time a
aparecerán
night star
más
is
estrellas.
accumulated, the shield
Y
strength will
estas
increase.
estrellas pues atacarán
This effect
también a
can
los
stack up
enemigos.
to a maximum of
Y aquí
4
tenemos
times.
su ulti
Whoa.
que es bastante
Layla's
similar a la de
elemental
Ganyu.
burst unleashes a dream sphere that constantly fires starlight slugs at opponents within its AoE, while also generating night stars
Que
for
bueno, en sí
Layla's
también
shield.
tiene un daño en área crío,
As a
bastante
talented
similar
Ratawa, his student,
a lo de Ganyu.
Layla also comes in handy when crafting. When Layla crafts character talent materials, she has a set chance to receive double the product.
Y bueno, la habilidad que tendrá es que al
Anyway,
momento de ir a
when
forjar
can travelers
tenemos
expect
una
to see these
probabilidad
new
de
characters
obtener
available
el doble.
in-game?
Y
Great
tenemos
question.
finalmente los banners,
That
aquí
brings us
están.
to our new
Pero en la
event
primera
wishes.
fase pues
In the
tendríamos
early part of
a
version
Nahida y a
3.2,
Yoimiya.
Nahida and Yoimiya will be
Y bueno, al
available.
parecer pues
In the
se
later part of the
confirman,
version,
sí,
we'll be
se
seeing
confirman
rerun
las
event wishes for
filtraciones que
Yaemiko and
tuvimos. Layla estará
Tartaglia,
en
and
la
Layla will
segunda
become
parte
available
junto
for the
con
first
Ya y
time.
Tartaglia.
Also, a new 5-star weapon, 1,000 Floating Dreams,
Tenemos
will be
también
appearing in the
la
new
nueva
weapon
arma,
event
que es
wish.
el
Oh,
catalizador.
nice. By the way,
Para
I've heard
Nahida.
that Layla's been getting ready recently to participate in Sumeru's Beast
Y
Tamer
sí, ya es
tournament.
oficial, tenemos
But
el
before we get
rerun
into
de
that,
Yoimiya
I
y ahora
think
sí
it's
creo
time
que
for
le va a
us
ir
to take
bastante
another
bien porque
break.
estará
We'll be
compartiendo
back
banner
with the
con la
latest info
ARCONTE
on
Dendro.
events coming in the version update.
I know
La
what
nueva
you're
arma también tiene un
thinking.
diseño
It's
bastante,
time
bastante
for
guapo.
redemption code.
Y vamos con el segundo
You guys
código.
get it?
Así que estén
Sigh.
atentos, chicos.
I know.
All right, that's enough.
Ooh.
Y listo, tenemos el segundo código también. Y nuevamente, igual no se olviden de canjearlo, estará disponible hasta el 24 de octubre, como nos dice ahí. Hasta ahorita, bueno, se están cumpliendo todas las filtraciones que hemos tenido. Las habilidades del Arconte Dendro ya las sabíamos, de Layla también. Los banners, pues lo supimos recientemente que Layla lamentablemente iba a llegar en la segunda parte, porque bueno, yo la quería obtener, pero creo que no me voy a arriesgar en lanzar en los banners de la segunda parte. Aunque igual no creo que ni me queden protogemas, porque hasta ahorita tengo casi 14k de protogemas y no tengo el asegurado. Así que tal vez me gaste todo por Nahida y espero poder obtenerlo.
Welcome back to the version 3.2 special program, everyone. Next, we'll take a look at some of the new events for the coming update. An amazing fungus competition is about to begin in the lands of Sumeru. Not only has it attracted local competitors from Sumeru, but also spectators from other nations.
Eventos podremos obtener
fungus
a
competition?
Dori completamente gratis.
How does that
También
even
tendremos
work?
protogemas
Aren't fungi
y una
dangerous? They're
corona.
always attacking us in the wild.
Está bastante bueno.
I know it
Al
sounds a
menos
little
yo
weird,
aún no tengo a
but
Dori,
you'll love
así
it.
que bueno, la
In
podré
this
desbloquear.
contest, participants will use a special gadget called a wisdom orb to catch
Y
and train their
utilizaremos un
fungi
gadget
and
especial.
participate in battle events. Although the fungi often pose as little troublemakers for us in the wild, using this gadget will allow travelers to establish a certain level of communication with them.
Okay, so if I catch and
Podremos
train a
utilizarlo
jade
para
blue terror
comunicarnos un
shroom,
poco.
then I should be pretty much unstoppable, right?
Oh no, come on, that wouldn't be fair.
In this event, travelers will be able to sneak up on fungi in some certain areas to catch them.
Podremos
Unfortunately, the
atrapar
Jade Plume
enemigos.
Terror Shroom is not one of those areas, Kimberly.
Aww.
If you end up startling them, they'll flee until they are outside a set distance.
After catching different kinds of fungi, you can follow Paimon's suggestion and give them cute names. But most importantly, you will have to train your
Podremos darles
fungi.
nuevos
That sounds fun.
nombres después de
Travelers will
capturar.
have to use special floral jelly ingredients to mix and form blends that your fungi enjoy and unlock their true potential. While mixing
podremos hacer
ingredients, you use
gelatina.
copy, switch, and rotate functions, and place a preset formula
Ay,
you
tenemos
have
que
in
jugar
the
esta especie de
corresponding spot.
minijuego.
Oh, it looks kind of like jelly. I bet
Me está
Paimon's gonna
bastante
be
guapo,
all
están
over
bastante
that.
tiernas las gelatinas que podremos hacer. Ay, tendremos que tal vez
I can tell
completarlas
why you didn't book
de
that role.
cierta forma.
And
Un
with all
minijuego
these
algo
different
similar
kinds
a
of
Candy
fungi,
Crush, tal vez.
they should have different abilities, right?
Yeah, so to work on their abilities, we'll use something called the Special Training Mode. In this mode, there will be two challenge types, Coordinated Assaults and Zone Defense. Travelers will be able to command their fungi's
Tendremos
abilities,
asaltos y
have them
defensas.
coordinate their attacks against a single target, and control them to defend the ley line monolith.
Oh, they're so cute. This is gonna be so much fun. I can't
Va a
wait.
estar bastante
Yeah, me
divertido el
neither.
evento. Es algo
As for
un
the
poco
rewards,
diferente a
in
lo
addition to
habitual.
Primo Gems and various materials, once travelers have reached a certain phase of the event, they will also be able to summon the great and almighty merchant, Dory.
And
Y bueno, y nos
Layla
dicen que
will be
podremos
appearing in the
canjear
event
los
storyline,
materiales que obtengamos
as
por
well
Dory.
as a familiar visitor from another nation. Any idea who it could be?
Supposedly a fun guy.
Okay, I see what you
De
did there.
deja que
I
sale en la
respect it.
3.6. Eso no se
Let's
sabe
leave that
todavía.
for
O sea, podría
travelers
ser que en la
to discover themselves in the
3.5, desde la
event.
3.5
I
dijeron
guess.
que tal vez podría
Okay,
comenzar a
next
salir
up we have a
deja.
change of pace with an all-new Trials event. For this event, travelers will have to
Tenemos
use
el
character
segundo de los
special
eventos.
abilities to complete specific objectives. For example, you may have to knock slimes into the goal by triggering
Tendremos
an
pequeños
overloaded
desafíos
reaction
que
with
tendremos que
Yenfei's
cumplir.
and Klee's
Por
attacks,
ejemplo, en este el
or
tiempo.
use Yelan's elemental skill to move quickly and dodge giant
O por ejemplo,
pinballs.
movernos
Here
rápido
are some
con la
others.
habilidad elemental
Use
de
Xiao's
Yelan.
plunging attack to send platforms back to the ground, or use Beto's elemental skill to hit
Está
the
bastante
ball.
interesante. Tenemos que utilizar
this sounds like
diferentes
some pretty
habilidades
unusual
de
training.
diferentes personajes.
Yeah, and to make things even more interesting, this event will support co-op gameplay.
Oh. This sounds like it'll be
Y
a lot of fun
podremos
to
hacerlo
watch.
en cooperativo.
But what about objectives for characters that maybe we haven't unlocked yet?
No worries, we got you covered. All the corresponding characters will be provided as trial characters in the challenges.
Ah, perfect.
Y
In
también nos dice
addition
que
to these
tendremos
events,
bastantes personajes
version
disponibles para
3.2 will
poder
also
probar.
feature an event for our players to put
Y
their
también
skills to
tenemos
the test.
nuevamente esto de
This
la
time,
sinfonía
we'll have a new
hipostática
edition of
que
the
ya lo tuvimos
hypostatic symphony
anteriormente
event.
hace bastantes
Nice.
versiones.
So,
Pero bueno,
what
ahora
changes can
regresa y
travelers
con el
expect this time
hipostasis
around?
dendro.
The most notable change, of course, will be the
Y sí,
addition of
este
the
versión
new
ya dieron
Dendro
los códigos, dieron dos
hypostasis.
códigos hasta
That's
ahorita.
right, the
Falta el
last
tercer código.
member of the hypostasis family will be officially landing in version 3.2. Besides serving as a new open-world boss, the Dendro hypostasis will also be busy performing
Pero bueno, si es que alguien
alongside
igual
its
puede
fellow
pasar los dos códigos que
hypostases
ya
in the
dieron,
hypostatic symphony
favor.
event.
This time around, travelers will be facing challenges featuring the Dendro, Cryo, Pyro,
Ahí
and
tenemos
Hydro
todos los hipostasis que
hypostases.
tendremos que derrotar.
Before each challenge, travelers may select a buff
Y
effect
bueno,
to
podremos
use.
seleccionar la
However,
dificultad,
as you increase
algunas
the
habilidades.
difficulty, the number of uses will decrease and the enemies will become more challenging. So it'll be super important for travelers to plan the right moment to use these effects.
So what options do we have once we run out of buffs?
Travelers will still be able to use food and potions from their inventory. If you're aiming to just collect all the Primo Gem rewards, then don't worry, you won't need to up the difficulty too much.
Okay, good to know. Whew.
I, for one, will definitely not be upping the difficulty. And just like before, you may tackle the challenges together with your friends once they have joined your world.
Great. We can help each other out.
Oh yeah.
Now that we've covered the challenge event, let's take a quick look at a couple more casual events coming our way in the new update. First, we'll be finding inspiration for an
Tenemos otro
illustrator
evento.
in the Outside the
Que es
Canvas
justamente con la
Inside the Lens
cámara.
event. And once again, we'll be working together with Lieben in Marvelous Merchandise. It's also worth mentioning here that some optimizations have been made for the photo event this time around. Everyone will be able to select from some preset angles and can make use of the
Podemos
rotate and
utilizar
focus
algunos
functions to
presets,
take better
ángulos,
pictures.
unos
That's
ángulos
great.
While you're out taking
ya
pictures,
establecidos.
you may run into some interesting storylines along the way.
Y
So
tendremos
be sure
historia
not to
también.
miss Outside the Canvas, Inside the Lens.
Man, I love these kinds of events. Sign me up.
Yeah, me too. In addition to all these new events, we also have some news on system-related updates and
tendremos
optimizations.
una actualización
I'm really
en la
excited
tetera
about the
con todo
first of
este
these,
evento.
which is regarding the Serena Teapot. Starting with version 3.2, the Serena Teapot will be
Y
adding the
justamente es aquí lo que
long-awaited
podremos copiar la
replication
tetera
system.
de otros
Wow,
amigos.
that's super
Y es simplemente
amazing.
con el código,
Yeah.
con un código que nos
This
dará.
feature will allow travelers to use sharing codes to bring designs from other travelers' teapots
Y es
and
justamente como se
implement
había
them in their
filtrado.
own, or share their own teapot designs. I know there may be some travelers out there who have seen some amazing teapot designs that they've wanted to also create themselves, but didn't have the ability or time to make it. With this new function, travelers will be able to bring that creativity back to their own teapot or share their creativity with others.
Get ready to hit up your friends with amazing teapot skills.
Oh, I can't wait to see everyone sharing their designs, especially with me.
Y bueno, en sí esto es bastante bueno, al menos para las
Which
personas que
brings us
llevan
to our final
la
update to
la
share with
tetera.
everyone. This
Podrán
one is
copiar
regarding the
y
game's
además de eso
available
compartir también
languages.
los diseños para
Starting
que
with
otras
version
personas puedan
3.3,
copiarlos.
which will be the update following this one, Genshin Impact will be adding Turkish and Italian to the
Tendremos
game language settings.
nuevos
So, players
idiomas.
who'd prefer to see the game's
Tenemos
text
el
and UI
turco
in those languages can look forward
y
to
el
that.
italiano.
The team truly hopes that travelers from all over the world can enjoy the game and start their own journeys through the world of Tibet.
For further details, please check Genshin Impact's official channels and keep an eye out for future announcements and info.
Wow, we've covered a ton of stuff. Seriously, it's a lot to take in.
For sure. So now is probably a great time for our last redemption code.
Y vamos
Oh
con
yeah,
el
let's
último
go.
código, así que atentos todos. Y justamente tenemos el último código. Una vez más, no se olviden de canjearlo hasta antes del 24 de octubre. Y con eso ya tendríamos los 3 códigos de protogemas, 300 protogemas que vienen bien, especialmente para esta nueva versión. Que bueno, los banners, por si no los llegaron a ver, o se están uniendo gente nueva, pues va a ser en la primera parte Nahida junto con Yaemilla, y en la segunda parte tendremos el rerun de Tartaglia junto con Yae, y además de eso estará incluida Layla en la segunda parte.
Well, everyone, I think we've covered just about everything coming our way in version 3.2,
Nos
which
dicen que ya
means
han
we've
cubierto
arrived at the
todo
end of our special
lo nuevo de la
program.
versión 3.2.
This was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we covered
La
a
verdad se me hizo
ton of
bastante
stuff.
corto, no sé si
Almost
que vaya a haber algo
Yeah,
más.
yeah. So many events too. But the thing that I'm most excited about is, of course, Nahi the playable character, Nahi the playable character, Nahi the playable character.
Obviously.
Nice.
Yeah, for me, it was definitely the Balladeer. Dude, it looks so insane. I have no idea how I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, no, for me, oh my gosh, so many things. Battling the Dendro hypostasis, and
Sí,
of
creo que
course
ya es lo
the
último. La verdad es
fabulous
que se me hizo
fungus
muy corto
frenzy,
el live stream.
getting my little fungi
Y además de
and
eso,
battling
pues
with
al
them.
parecer no va
And,
a aparecer
you know,
nada
the
del anime.
teapot, the Serena teapot, I'm
Aún
so
falta un
behind
poco
on my
más, pero
teapot, so I
no sé
can't
si es
wait
que
to
voy a
get on
aparecer
it.
algo sobre
get
el anime
some
de Genshin
designs
Impact.
from others, or at least, you know, get some inspiration from getting another teapot design.
And just as we mentioned earlier,
Bueno, ahorita
even
están
though the
solamente
Sumeru
comentando
Archon
lo que
quest
más
will
les
be
gustó del
reaching
live
its final
stream.
chapter here, it most definitely won't be the end of our journey in Sumeru. In our story this time, we'll be encountering some interesting and mysterious content, and I hope it will be an amazing experience for all of our travelers. May the wisdom of the Dendro Archon
Bueno,
be
los
with all
banners
of you.
una vez más,
See
porque
you
ya se
in
está
game,
acabando el live
everyone.
stream. Van a
Bye.
ser Nahida y Yoimi. Y bueno, ya se ha terminado justamente el live stream. Pero bueno, les anuncio una vez más. Los banners van a ser Nahida junto con Yoimi en la primera parte. Y en la segunda parte el ron de Tartaglia junto con Yae. Y Layla también en la segunda parte. Ya tuvimos los 3 códigos de protogemas. No olviden canjearlos. Además de eso, ¿qué más puedo decirles? Tendremos igualmente la nueva función de la relaja tetera. Algunos eventos bastante interesantes. Nos darán a Dori completamente gratis al realizar el evento. El escaramuche boss, por supuesto, que tendrá algunas fases. Y ya, eso creo que sería todo. Así que bueno, pues chicos, en sí, yo igualmente ahorita ya iré a hacer una imagen para publicar en la pestaña de comunidad, para que todos puedan tener los códigos. Y creo que eso sería todo. La verdad se me hizo bastante corto este live stream. Esperaba que fuera un poco más largo, que anunciaran un poco más de cosas. Pero bueno, hasta ahí llegó. Igual cualquier pregunta que tengan la pueden ir haciendo. Pero bueno, o sea, yo creo que ya voy a ir terminando también esto. Pero bueno, los leo un poco más. Si desean ya pueden poner los códigos aquí. Si no, igual ya los voy a poner en la pestaña de comunidad. Y si tienen alguna pregunta más, pues pueden hacerla. Si no, para ya cerrar el stream. Igualmente muchas gracias por haberlo visto. Y eso, y a la final no salió nada acerca del anime, es lamentable, pero bueno, Saubacha dijo que había algo cerca, que ya sabía algo sobre el anime, así que esperemos. Y bueno, saludo igual, crack Genovers. Pero bueno, igual si no hay nada más, pues creo que voy a igual finalizar por el live stream. Una vez más agradecerles por haberme acompañado, estuvo bastante interesante, muy corto a mi parecer, hubieron cosas muy buenas obviamente, pero estuvo muy corto. Y bueno, pues en sí tal vez el contenido se quede un poco corto también para esta versión. Pero bueno, así son las cosas. No olviden canjear los códigos de protogemas y mucha suerte en sus tiradas. Y bueno, yo igualmente voy a ir deteniendo